In this asylum, I run the place. I love the look upon your face. In this asylum, I wish you well. Cause I'll be standing at the gates of hell. With twisted thoughts of you and me, mixed with twisted imagery. Toxic love affair, and toxic goddamn air.
Hey guys, and welcome to the American Ghost on the Show. Okay, tonight we have possibly the worst case scenario. We're all here, so we'll see how this goes. We haven't planned anything. We don't know what we're going to be talking about. If we get desperate, we'll probably just, I was saying to the guys before, if we get desperate, we'll just do like a rock, paper, scissors tournament. So, yeah, wish us luck. And hopefully, you can hear me. Because that seems to be a problem we keep fucking having. So, if you can't hear me, please let us know. Please let me know. Can you hear me? I mean, I'm not going to keep... I'm going to pause the show while we wait for you to tell me if you can hear me.
But
Obviously,
if you're not talking, how will they know they can't hear you?
Yeah, how
Well, I don't know. You know, if they can hear me, then they'll say they can hear me. And if they can't hear me, then they're going to say I can't hear you.
Sing a song for us.
It's kind of like a... Yeah, okay, we're all good. We can continue. Thank you, Teresa, for that. So, let's... before we start doing whatever we're going to be doing, because I don't know what we're doing, help. Let's just quickly say hello to some people that are in the chat. Obviously, thank you all for tuning in. Hi, Fred, Teresa, Brianna, Amy... I'm not going to pronounce that name. Cheryl... and Tony. Yep, you're all there. Hi guys, thank you for tuning in, and to anyone else that hasn't commented yet. If you want to ask or just generally say something, then please do, and we will discuss / comment on what you say. Right, so let's go round and say hello to everybody. Okay, first of all, to my side, I don't know what side that is. I don't, left or right.
Oh my
It's
God.
Ashley. Shut up, Greg.
What's up,
Ashley.
Buttercups?
How you doing tonight? How is the baby?
Wonderful, and he's fucking huge, so he's gonna be a behemoth. Y'all already said I look more pregnant than Helena, and she's almost due.
Well, how just remind me again, how tall is your brother?
Which one? My oldest one is like 6'5", and the other one, it just turned 14, and he is like 6'1", almost 6'2".
Jesus Christ.
Dang.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm 5'11", and that's pretty tall for a girl.
I really feel sorry for your vagina.
That's what I'm saying. C-section it is. And my fiance was actually 9 pounds, almost 10 pounds when he was born. So it's just going to be, like I said, fucking huge.
Yeah. That's gonna look like that's just gonna be a crazy mess, y'all. So, and then moving a bit further along to the other pregnant lady, who's my lady, although she won't admit it. You alright, babe?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Good.
I am.
She's
I don't know what you want me to say.
What do you mean? You're a host of a streaming show. You just talk.
Well, I'm sitting here with a bunch of like reprobates.
Ah, that is true.
It's like, I don't really know what you're supposed to say. Know who I am? What do you want?
How are you feeling?
I'm good, apart from Bowie kicking the hell out of me.
Yeah, we might have a Halloween baby. Mightn't we?
Yeah, I'm not.
I was
For a scan, I go, "Well, you're going to be in Jost like 38 weeks." What Halloween? Fantastic.
Someone told me today that her daughter was born on Halloween, and her granddaughter was born on Friday the 13th.
No.
I was like, have you checked to see if they've got any birthmarks with 666 on it? You know. And also, so below me is Daryl. How you doing, Daryl? No, don't feel like talking. Good. Right. And in the middle at the bottom, we've got Brendan, who is filling in for Annie because she's suffering from pregnancy sickness.
Hey, I got my Daryl Marston gear on. I got my hat turned backwards. I got my mic, my headphones on. I don't have the muscles, but you know.
Yeah, you're like a deflated Daryl.
Yeah, pretty much like a deflated Daryl. But that's okay. I'm used to being the little feller, so it's okay. It's all right.
If Shay's the deflated Daryl, does that make you the inflatable Daryl, Alex?
Yes. Why not? I mean, the thing is, I could try and talk like Daryl, but unfortunately, whenever I do, it kind of comes out like Mr. T.
Everyone's impression of Daryl comes out like Mr.
Daryl P. the fool that don't watch Ghost Hunters.
I love your English accent, or your American accent.
That wasn't my American accent.
No, like when you do your American accent, though, that's one of my favorites.
Okay, is that
Really
one of your
bad.
favourites? Okay. And last but not least, in the bottom corner is Greg.
Hello.
Man of many words.
Sorry, I was
Super
trying to catch up on
enthusiastic.
it.
How you
Yeah.
doing, man?
I know.
You okay?
Yeah, doing good actually. I've been pretty busy with some stuff and got some new stuff coming up. And
Does it involve cars or does it involve ghost stuff?
well, unfortunately, we live in Ohio, so car season's coming to an end.
Oh,
but-
is there a season for cars?
Yeah, it's just summer. That's it.
What about
Sometimes spring,
off-roading?
little bit of fall, but normally it's just summer.
What about off-roading? Because surely you want like a slippery surface.
No, fast cars don't
What Shay
cooperate.
said.
Who said that?
Me.
No, who said that just then? One of the ladies.
Well, that's what she said.
Oh, okay, slippery surface. Funny, yeah. Sex. So yes, so
I love me a good perverted joke.
sex. So yeah, Daryl isn't with us tonight. He is on his way to what they're saying is going to be the Halloween episode of Ghost Hunters, and this is the only time when he's not actually said what state he is in. Unless he has told me, I've forgotten, but he won't tell me where they are, so it's a big mystery. But apparently you're going to be in for a treat. He has recorded a video message, which I will play later, where he just talks about himself a lot, you know, because he doesn't give a shit about us. But yeah, so I'll play that video later. So guys, what the hell do we do now?
You're supposed to be the lead, man.
Oh, I'm going to lead you all to...
Come on! You have a streaming show. You're the host of a streaming show.
I prefer to lead from
Nice
behind.
one, Shay.
What did Shay say?
He told you the same thing you told Helena.
What did I say? What did I say?
That you're a host of a
You're the
streaming
host
show.
of a streaming
you just
show.
talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bitch, that's right.
All right.
You want to know what? You want to know what's funny? We were talking about the English accent and how English people can do the perfect American accent. It's so weird because I've never really met any Americans that do the perfect English accent, but all the English people that I meet can do a perfect American accent. I mean, is it that easy to do?
Let's find out. Helena, do an American accent.
No.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That blew
they
me
can't
away.
do it.
Okay.
What's
well,
more American than that?
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to do it, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
Not very well.
Nah.
Is this wise? Because they all go Pakistani.
Yeah.
Sound like
my
Borat at the end.
Doesn't. My American doesn't. I can't do it on the spot. I can do it naturally, like just talking around normal people. But if I'm doing it like on the spot on this, I can't do it. Can any of you three Americans do an English accent?
Now that's sounding hella racist, and I'm not trying to get like.
Yeah, when you
Messages
tried
after
to do
this.
an English accent, it came out Australian.
No, that was when I was doing the Australian one. Remember, because I said I didn't want to offend you.
Oh,
I didn't know
okay.
you that well then. I didn't want to be all like making
was
fun
2
of your
weeks
people
ago.
and whatnot. Now I'll make fun. No, that wasn't. That was in Broken Bow. You goob.
Oh, was it? I thought that was like.
No, that was
When
Broken
were we on
Bow.
our show? I can't remember. Can any of you boys, you're older than me. Can any of you two do an American accent, English accent?
Does it have to be a proper English accent?
Any
'Cause
English
that- I
accent
mean-
you want. You got Yorkshire, Geordie, Scouse, Manc, Cockney, Posh.
My uncle, he married a woman from England, and he used to have on his answering machine, "I might be in the shower, I might be on the loo, but if you leave a message, I'll get right back to you." But he would do it in like the Mrs. Doubtfire voice, so it was 10 times more funnier.
That's a Scottish accent.
Oh, whatever.
We're
Greg.
such a small island. We have so many accents.
I know. Greg, can you do any accent?
No, I can't do accents. I don't even try.
Well, I'll tell you what, next time we do this, yeah, I'm going to have a globe.
Well, I'll have one prepped.
I'm going to have a globe, and I'm going to spin it, and then I'm going to put my finger on it, and wherever my finger lands, one of you has to do the accent.
Done.
I'd be amazed if we can go through the whole thing without being accused of being racist.
So
That's what I'm saying.
What kind of accent does the ocean have?
Like, you know when you
Like
talk about
what?
the
Like,
water-
have you ever seen Finding Nemo when they do the whales? We're like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that.
So that's all you do the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a feeling it's going to be on the ocean a lot.
Well, it would be like the nearest landmass to wherever I land in the ocean. Okay, well, I think we should talk about something paranormal related.
I don't.
Which, I mean, granted, this is a paranormal show, but the paranormal can get really boring. But, you know, people are tuning in to Paranormal Warehouse expecting something to do with ghosts or UFOs or aliens. But I'm going to jump to the fact that one of us has actually done something recently, and that person is Shay. Because
Me?
you and Annie went to that, like...
The
I don't know,
Mothman
convention.
Festival.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
Mothman
we
thing.
went to the Mothman Festival, and let me tell you, I've been obsessed with this story since I was like a teenager. This cryptid, this weird-looking being was seen for a year in the late 60s in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Mhm.
And at the end of the sightings, a bridge collapsed, and it killed 46 people. So
Yeah.
they, the whole lore behind it was weird. But this whole year, when all these sightings were going on, they weren't just seeing this winged creature with red eyes. They were seeing UFOs. They were seeing these weird guys that looked like they were like Men in Black. And it's just a whole weird phenomenon. And every year for the last 18 years, they've been doing this festival to commemorate the sighting of the Mothman. And it's a great time. I mean, we go with a group of people that we listen to this podcast. Well, I did for years, called the Unbelievable Podcast. And now there's a spinoff called the Unbelievers Podcast. But all the fans of the show, they call themselves Unbelievers. And we all meet up at this festival. And it's a great time. And there's just so much there. Like this year, we got to hang out with the Newkirks. They did that documentary Hellier, which is an amazing documentary. But me and Annie go. We have a good time. We check out all these vendors and hang out with these people. And then they have these abandoned TNT bunkers where they think the Mothman was born from.
Mhm.
And we went there and explored there and did some investigating around. And it was freaky. It was pitch black. So we had a great time. It was fun. We always do.
I
We
can't
always do.
remember where, but I mean, other than like this town in West Virginia, there's been sightings of the Mothman in other places.
Yeah, supposedly people have seen the Mothman, and like one of the recents was Chicago, Illinois, but they were like, supposedly it happened in Russia right before the Chernobyl, incident. It's supposed to be, they think it's like a harbinger of doom. He's like bringing a message that something bad's gonna happen.
I think it was in Notre Dame, where apparently he was seen before it caught on fire or something.
That's weird.
That's the. I know there was something recently. I just can't remember where it was, but I get a feeling it was there. Maybe someone watching knows. I don't know. But you also got to meet the cast of was it Mountain Monsters?
we met Huckleberry from Mountain Monsters, and he was just walking around like a regular fan, just like walking around like a spectator. And we, got to, if you know the history with me and the Unbelievers Podcast, I sometimes co-host on that show. And one of the clips that they use a lot is of Huckleberry. And he's the guy we got to see, so I was super ecstatic to see him. And Annie actually pointed him out and was like, "Isn't that Huckleberry?" I'm like, "Oh my God, it's Huckleberry!" I got a huge paranormal boner when I seen him. So
I went fangirl.
what?
Went fangirl on his ass.
What's
some,
the
some friends of ours actually.
Mothman's?
Some friends of ours actually got to meet the whole cast once at a convention at the Moundsville prison, and they actually interviewed them for Living Paranormal magazine about
Well,
about
they
Skid Row
well,
Ranch.
they're actually. I mean, I haven't met the whole cast. I just met Huckleberry, but how he is on the show is how he is in real life. I mean, there's no acting there.
Unless they paid actors to act like them, I can't imagine them acting any differently to what they do in real life.
No, they're from West Virginia, so
Yeah, because I think some of them have a Native American heritage, don't they?
yeah. Well, I forget his name. It's the older guy with the white beard, not Trapper, not the lead. I forget the other guy's name, but he's supposedly has Native American in his family tree.
Okay.
Didn't you guys go to the Mothman Festival the year before that as well, and then have an experience with a Nordic alien?
That was Annie had one, and it was pretty crazy because she started describing what she saw, and I was like, oh my goodness, like that's what people have seen around here, and she had never even seen one or heard about one.
Was she drunk and in her underwear as well when she fought?
No, she wasn't. Just me.
No. In case people don't know what I'm referring to, is that Shay had a Bigfoot experience in his underwear while basically half pissed.
No, he was full pissed. He was wasted.
Hey man, you can doubt me all you want, but I heard something strange. Okay, there was something strange in the woods that
day. Me and Annie are pretty sure you farted, and you went Bigfoot.
No.
Taste nothing.
I didn't smell anything. Like, one of the things about Bigfoot is Bigfoot supposedly smells like shit when he's around, so you kind of know that he's around. But I didn't smell anything like that.
It's funny because that's how people
it would
know.
Still smell like shit.
It's funny because that's how people know I'm around.
Oh, you smell like shit.
Yeah. Well, shit with a bit of like cologne to cover it up, but you still smell the shit.
Fancy shit.
Fancy shit. Right, so another thing I want to talk about, as he's not here, we can talk behind his back. Yeah. Ghost Hunters is well shit, isn't it? I'm only joking. So, guys, obviously Daryl is our friend. Let's start off with Greg. Greg, what's it like seeing Daryl on TV doing what you got? I mean, we've been doing for like years.
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I'm really glad that he got something like that, and I mean, he's probably the best one that I would have seen doing it.
I've been quite fortunate to actually talk to a few other members of the cast, and I can't believe how nice they all are.
Yeah, they're very down to earth.
Yeah.
And
I'm it's gonna be interesting to see their transition into like full bellends.
Right. Well, I mean, remember, like, I went out and met Daryl that one day, and me, him, and Brandon hung out. We went to Mansfield and stuff, and I got to meet Grant and everybody. I mean, it was really cool. Like, they were just all so, like, nice, even being, like, off camera. I mean, and it was really cool. Like, just how they talked to each other and everything was just like a family.
Me and Mustafa had a conversation for, well, not that long, for, like, 20 minutes, but he was, like, asking me a load of stuff about what sort of places you should come to visit in the UK, because he's planning on coming out here on vacation next year. So he was just like, oh, where's the best place to go for castles? Where's the best place to go for this? Where's the best place to go for that?
Pretty much ended up being tour guides when he comes over.
I said just
we have a choice.
Get a hotel around the corner to me, and I'll tell you where to go when you're here, because it's easier. So, Shay, have you watched any episodes, or have you had a chance to anyway?
Yeah, it was cool seeing Daryl. Like I've said from day one, like it couldn't have happened to a better guy. He's the perfect choice, especially for that type of investigating that they're doing. And It's so funny because I looked at Annie when it happened. I said, "Isn't it weird that you do this for so long? That you started out, you watch these TV shows, and you're like, oh, it'd be cool to meet some of these people. Now you turn on the TV and you're like, oh yeah, that's a friend of mine, or I know that guy. He's on this show, or this guy works production on this show. And it's weird, like because all these people, you work with them for so long, and all of a sudden you start seeing them pop on TV. I mean, it's cool. It's awesome.
I mean, one of the good things about Ghost Hunters is it's a lot more like refreshing compared to some of the other ghost hunting TVs, not TV shows. Not that I'm like having to go at anyone specifically, because I'm having to go at all of them. They're all kind of stale, and Ghost Hunters is a lot more refreshing than some of the other shows.
Well, if you think about it, like Ghost Hunters really like pushed a lot of people into the paranormal. I mean, they brought it out on the forefront when Jason and Grant started doing that show. I mean, it was one of them shows that everybody watched and everybody learned, because they weren't just looking for ghosts. They were also trying to put a little bit of science behind a lot of it. And, that I think got lost over the years, that people more or less just wanted to see the hype and see ghosts and experience something instead of actually looking at it from a scientific perspective. So I think it was nice to have that brought back into the spotlight again, that this is also what you need to do while investigating.
Yeah,
and it's on a channel that's actually a different channel, because everything else seems to be on the Travel Channel.
Yeah,
it's reputable. It's not hokey or overdone.
Yeah, it's not the Travel Channel anymore. It's like the Paranormal Channel with a bit of travel. it's like every single time I see something being advertised as on that channel, it's usually paranormal related. I'm like, does it not get boring just having paranormal shows on there?
No.
Well, it would for me. Again, I'm not having to go at any specific shows. It's just like, can we spread them out a bit so they're on different networks?
Well,
Yeah,
speaking of Travel Channel, Annie's actually going to be on America's Most Terrifying Places on Tuesday at, I think it's at 10 p.m.
That is one of the best ones.
Yeah, she was messaging me from the filming. I'm not going to discuss what conversation we had. I miss her. That's my sister.
Well, you got your other sister.
I got my other sister, but where's my other bitch? I got two bitches.
We're one bitch down.
Actually, something I like. You've been on the American Ghost Hunter show as a host and as a paranormal investigator, but I've never had you on the show as a guest and interviewed you. So, I'm going to ask you a question, and I hope it's not too personal. When was your first period?
Oh my god.
What are you, Mothman?
Like, I fucking remember.
Okay, great. And when was your first paranormal experience?
When I was in kindergarten. The first one that I remember, at least.
Seriously? What happened?
I saw a lady coming through. Okay, so I grew up in Guam, and we live in like tin huts and cement block huts. There are no actual doorways, no real windows or anything. Typhoons come through all the time, so there's no use of having like a real house. And the floor plan's pretty open. I was sitting in the living room kind of area across from the kitchen, and this lady just comes and just is walking in the middle of the kitchen area, just walking through the pathway, and I'm looking at everybody else like, do you guys not see that shit? Like, we don't know her. I've never seen her before. I was 5. I was in kindergarten, so I was 5.
Are you guys not seeing this shit?
No, I didn't say that out loud. I was legit like silent as fuck and but I was looking around at everybody like, why is nobody else reacting to this this random ass lady walking through here? And I asked my aunt after a while, after the lady left the room, and I said, did you not see her? And she said to me, you can either ignore them or talk to them, but choose. And I remember that very vividly, because since then, I was like, well, talk to what? And so every time I saw something after that, I would talk to them. And apparently, she wasn't a real fucking human being. I thought that was normal to see them like that, though, because of that experience. I didn't know it wasn't normal not to see dead people.
So when did you start actually investigating?
Like 2.5 years ago.
Okay. What made you decide to do it?
I kind of got tired of them talking to me and me not knowing what to do about it. It got to a point where I was losing a lot of people. Um, Down where I'm from in New Orleans, the heroin epidemic down there is just like, it's absolutely insane and literally losing people left and right. People who I've known since childhood. And they would always come to me. Most of the time, they would come to me. And it got overwhelming. I needed to learn how to deal with it the right way because it was getting to the point where I would be surrounded at night by at least like 6 or 7 different people and not know how to get them to go away.
Well, New Orleans isn't exactly like the. I mean, it's not exactly quiet in terms of like ghosts, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. My the house I grew up in was haunted as shit. It sat on the old slave cabin quarter land for the Kenilworth plantation. The Kenilworth plantation's like not even a quarter mile down the street from where we lived, and like the cotton patch rows, the tobacco rows were all still there, like would sprout up every summer. And the slave quarter cabins were actually right where our house was, in like that stretch of land that we had.
That's see, New Orleans is a place that I want to go to, but at the same time, I'm very hesitant about it. I'm not sure if I really want to go, but I want to go. My dad's been, but
I wouldn't go out at night alone.
No,
now.
no, obviously.
I will.
Especially not looking like a tourist or like sounding like one. I most definitely wouldn't.
No,
I have a friend that lives down there. I can go down there pretty much any time they said and stay with them or whatever. So I'm trying to plan a trip for that.
Well, knowing my luck, if we went there, it would probably be like what happened when the Trailer Park Boys went there in that USA tour thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll probably buy a dog from someone when I'm high and then get in an argument with them.
And get arrested.
And you know what? I've worked with this guy for a while, but I don't know why he's into the paranormal. Greg, why are you into the paranormal?
What do you mean?
Why are you, what got you interested into the paranormal? In ghosts?
Well, shit, you've asked me that like 10 times.
I've never asked you that question. If you haven't, then I've just ignored the answer.
You always do. You always ignore me.
I promise you this time I will listen.
Yeah. I mean, just a little bit of everything. Like, I always was into it as a kid, but, I mean, I never really, like, looked into it, I guess. But, I mean, I remember, like, my house being haunted. I remember, I mean, being super, super little, doing Bloody Mary in the mirror, trying to get something to happen. I mean, just, like, all kinds of stuff like that.
Is that when you got your first period?
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn it, Alex took my joke.
But yeah,
I
so
have
I
a
did
really
that.
creepy story about that.
What?
Not my period, the Bloody Mary.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. Don't let me forget. And Shay, what piqued your interest in the paranormal and shit?
I saw something when I was a little kid too, and like it just intrigued me, and I remembered it my whole life, and I don't know, I was just always interested in it. Every time I got my hands on some mysterious book, whether it was UFOs, Bigfoot, anything paranormal, anything mysterious, I read it and read it and read it, and I just in high school went on some ghost tours. I grew up in Central Ohio, and in the capital is Columbus, and they always had ghost tours going on. So I would go on these ghost tours, and I don't know, just got more intrigued. And then my mother actually passing away propelled me to do it, because after she passed away, there was a couple things that happened that had to do with her, you know. So I was like, I got to find out what this stuff is. And I really like did it to really kind of communicate with the afterlife, as both of us do. But then as years progressed, I really wanted to delve into the science behind it too. So I got into a lot of it that way too, like researching a bunch of scientific stuff, and you know, so it's spiraled out of control from there. And now I'm into a little bit of everything, where it's, you know, I look at all the dimensional stuff, like is stuff interdimensional, and I'm everywhere with it now. So it's not just ghosts.
So, Daryl, what got your interested in paranormal? Daryl, he's so fucking rude. Daryl.
No, I think he froze.
Daryl, if you suck, don't say anything. Yeah, that's official. So I think I'm the only person that I know in the industry that only got into this shit because they.
You wanted to get some tang?
Yeah, basically.
Some
Because
Wu-Tang.
I was open-minded to the whole thing. I mean, I'd watched, a friend of mine got me to watch an episode of Most Haunted, and I thought, yeah, bollocks to it. I thought it was a load of crap. Because, I mean, basically, a spoon flew through the air from behind the camera, and I was like, yeah, fuck off. But, babe, no, honestly, the only reason why I do this shit is because of you.
But no, you won't fuck off and leave. You're just fucking obsessed.
Because our first investigation was at the Michelin Priory.
Yeah, it was.
That was really crap. It was a really crap night.
It was alright. It wasn't as good as the first time I went, though.
No, but I think it was because of Sam and because she kept staring at me.
Yeah, that was creepy. That was scarier than any ghost that could have like turned up at the priory with Sam staring at you freakily.
She would not stop looking at me. It was like
I thought ass on a swivel, bud.
I wanted to like get a melon baller and get her eyes out and like just stop. It was driving me insane. I'm just going to say hello to some people quickly that are on the chat. Hi Joe Fatale, Andrew Helton. Hi Mel. I don't know if you're still watching, but Goose, Mary, Mark, Dan, another Brendan, Cheryl, Chris. Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. If you have anything to say of interest whatsoever, please say something so it gives us something to talk about.
First of all, I want to apologize because I'm sorry I'm not as pretty as the Weebs, but she's not feeling well, so.
Yeah. But I mean, Shay is kind of like an unofficial part of us.
Aw, thanks.
I feel like you're just as pretty.
One of us. Come off it now.
Greg's hitting on you now. You better watch it. I'm gonna tell
you. I mean, personally, I would say you're prettier because I'd rather be into you. I mean, just kidding.
Boy, yoing.
We've had some late nights together with me, you, Adam, and the doll.
Gentlemen?
Yeah, we have. So, Alex, I got a question for you.
Does this doll inflate? Yeah.
So when you got into this field, this paranormal field, did you think you would be an Englishman hosting an American ghost hunting show?
No, but I'm so glad I am. To be honest, I get a bit of pleasure from it because it's the American ghost hunting show, yet I'm English. I'm thinking the amount of people that
like the one time you guys took over anything in America successfully.
Yeah, because we don't want anything else.
Yeah, you can take it. We ain't interested.
What was I saying? No, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, I can't remember what it was, but Ashley was doing a live feed on the American Ghost Hunter Show page, and she disappeared. And I quickly went live to say to people not to relax because they thought she'd been killed, and I knew that obviously she was having issues with her network and stuff. So I just went on quickly and said like who I was and just said, "Don't worry about Ashley. I'm sure she's fine." And people were like, "Why is there an English guy on this show?" I'm like, "What the hell?"
You tell him it's BBC News on NPR.
I got so many messages after he went on because it was about 2 hours in between when I finally ended up getting back and was like able to go and see the page. But I had a bunch of messages like, why was there an English guy? Like, you're not Ashley. Or people actually were in the chat like, you're not Ashley. Why is there an English dude? But I had at least 12 messages like, I think some English guy hacked you guys' account. Because they couldn't fathom why they were listening to me and then see him.
Obviously, I don't live in America, but I could live in America. They don't know that.
That should have been the time you used your American voice, your accent, your impersonation.
Yeah. I've been trying to like get the bollocks to do it, but every time I go to try it, I just stop because I'm like, no, I'm just gonna get mocked. I can't do it. Helena, where is Will? Because if Will gets close to me, I might be able to do the accent.
Sitting next to me, why?
Okay, because Will, in case anyone's wondering what the hell I'm talking about, is Helena's spirit guide. He is American, and he's American from World War II. And if he gets, like, sort of close to me, that's when the American accent comes out. I'm surprised
It
it's
really
not affecting you, babe.
No, I've been quiet
What do you
for a
mean?
reason.
Yeah, I think this is the longest I've heard you not talk. Like, I
That's
mean,
a bit
like, be
rude, actually.
silent. And it's really weird. No, I mean, it's really weird. I like it. We usually can talk back and forth for like hours, but you're really
Well,
silent.
that's
It
only
makes me
because
feel like you're
that's-
going to
actually,
kill
that's-
someone.
That's only because you don't shut up.
That's true.
I like the fact you're just so proud of that.
What am I going to lie? I mean, if you've talked to me for like 5 minutes, you know. Duh. I'm not going front.
Right. Well, as Daryl isn't saying much, he did, in case he did get stage fright or, you know, suddenly he froze, he did record a message for us, which I'm going to play now. Obviously, he isn't really frozen. That is a picture of him, but, you know. So, yeah, I'm going to play that video now, and it's a message from Daryl. So, here it is.
Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, sorry I couldn't be there tonight. I know you guys were having the all-host show, and it sounds amazing. Alex told me about it a few weeks ago. But like you know, I'm on the road actually filming. I'm actually getting ready to catch a flight here. I leave in about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm gonna catch an Uber to the airport, and I'll be in my next location probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock today. Yeah, got some connecting flights I got to catch, but it's going to be amazing. This location I've been really looking forward to do for a long time. This is going to be a really good one. They need some help. They gave a phone call. The folks over there needed some help, so we're going to head back over. Also, yeah, guys, you guys are doing an amazing job. I love all you. You're amazing. You're great. Thanks for keeping up the good work over there at Paranormal Warehouse, the American Ghost Hunter Show. You guys are killing it. You're one of the best podcasts out there, live streams, whatever you want to call it. And it all started about 3.5 years ago. So about 3 years ago, actually. Yeah, 3 years ago. October, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty amazing how far it's come and all the support and all the great co-hosts and hosts we have that come on the show and keep it going, especially ever since I left about 6 months ago. Yeah, so thanks guys, you're amazing. I love all you. I let you know, Alex, you're doing an amazing job. Greg, you're doing an awesome job on the on going out and doing the actual live feeds from the haunted locations. Annie, Ashley, thanks for coming over and helping out all the time. You're amazing. You're just as much part of the show as anybody. Helena, thank you. I know you're kind of laid up right now, but I know you're a big part of the show as well. I want to thank Shay as well for always supporting everything that goes on with Paranormal Warehouse and the American Ghost Hunter Show. Guys, you're all amazing. Keep up the good work. Yeah, and I want to thank you for all the support for Ghost Hunters and this amazing team that we have over here, and all the hard work we're putting in, and all the traveling and just having a good time while we're doing it. Yeah, we miss our families and everything, but it's at the end of the day, we're helping people. We're actually out there trying to go to these locations, and we leave them in a better place. Hopefully, we leave them in a better place when we leave. We try our hardest. And yeah, so thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for support. Paranormal Warehouse, thanks for support. American Ghost Hunter Show, you're awesome. I love you guys. And keep up the good work. And like I said, I got to get off here. I'm going to catch a flight here in a couple hours, but I'm going to try to take off here in about 45 minutes, catch my get my Uber and get to the airport. So, guys, have a good one. I'll be trying to watch the show tonight. I can't promise, but if I'm somewhere where I can get on here and support you guys, I will. And matter of fact, no, I will. I'll definitely. I'll make time. I'll figure it out. So I'll catch you and see how the show goes, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And thanks, guys, once again, and I'll talk to you all soon. Oh, by the way, I will be at AlienCon in Dallas next weekend. So yeah, that's going to be amazing. You guys go check that out. That's going to be October 5th. We'll be there from the 4th to the 6th, but we're actually having an actual panel October 5th at AlienCon. It's huge. It's going to be in Dallas, Texas. It's going to be amazing. So if you're in a location or if you're in the vicinity, come by and check us out. Yeah, and thank you for everything, and I love all you guys. Bye.
Oh, okay, hello. Sorry, I had to play on my mic. Yeah, we're back. So there's the message from Daryl. Obviously, we couldn't actually hear what he's saying because we have everything muted, so we were just making up what he was saying. Like, I'm going to go and wax my beard and all sorts of stuff.
Gotta hit the gym. As soon as the plane lands, I gotta hit the gym.
Yeah, dumbbells and stuff, yeah.
Pumping weight and catching ghosts.
We love Daryl. And in the message, he did say that he's going to try and watch it, and then he said, no, I will watch the show tonight. And guess what? The prick ain't here. So...
Liar.
He's not watching the show. He let us down. What a bastard.
Blasphemer.
No, we love Daryl.
What are you watching the show, you bloody wanker?
Holy shit.
That was a really good English accent, man.
I can do the Irish bro too.
Is this okay? Is this an American accent? I don't know anymore.
that was okay. That was okay, Tom Holland.
Joe, who has...
Mel...
I mean, you know, obviously the Andrew Lincoln who plays, what's his face, Rick in The Walking Dead. His American accent drives me insane.
My hero.
He's like your weird hate, love, sort of, there's a sexual tension, but it's never been broken relationship with Aghs with Negan.
No, I mean, everyone has the misconception that Negan is my favorite character, but no, it's Rick Grimes.
But between Negan and Rick, in some scenes, there's like a really, really big sexual tension.
Oh,
there's a proper big lie. Are they going to cop off or?
It's like all.
Because who wouldn't want to fuck Jeffrey Dean Morgan? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
You mean my dad? Because everyone thinks he's my dad. I took that picture and I photoshopped like he had this picture of him and Norman Reedus in the car, and I photoshopped my head on Norman Reedus, and everyone thought it was like actually I put car rides with dad. Because people say we look alike, and everyone's like, "Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's your dad." I was like, "Yeah." It's obviously not Photoshop, but yeah, okay.
Well, you sent me a video last week and said I just found this online of you running around like a maniac or whatever, and it was Jack Black.
Yeah, it's because you made a joke on the show that you look like Jack Black or whatever.
I didn't make the show. Someone else said I look like Jack Black. I think it was.
I said it.
Oh, so it was Helena.
Well, her brother's boss, ex-boss, who he used to work for, whenever he sees me, he just calls me Jack. Because of that reason. The only difference is Jack Black seems like a generally nice person, and I seem a bit like a dick. So we have...
Jack Black's got money and you ain't?
And that, yeah. And he's got talent. So in the break, we actually had someone ask a question. Before I get to that, who's the prick with the name Alex? I mean, go on, just have one. It's bad enough having one name, which is Alex. But you decided to have it twice. Sort your life out. But anyway, we had a question. I think it was from Andrew, and he asked what was our most profound moment. Now, off camera, I mean, Shay said that it was when Helena first saw my penis, and because it was really small. I can't remember what I said.
In his pants.
Yeah. Shay in his pants. Yeah, but no. Let's actually talk paranormal. Right. So, I'm going to start with my wife.
Then Naz.
Helena.
Yeah.
Make it a sexy time, very nice.
My sister, she is retarded. No, my
she
brother.
regularly goes, you never get this, you'll never get
You
this.
never get this.
And I
And
never
then he
do.
broke out, then he got
And
it.
then he
Then
got
now.
Do you know how pissed off Kazakhstani people are because of that? Like
Who cares? Can get a guess.
whenever the England soccer team, national soccer team, play Kazakhstan, a load of English supporters turn up in Borat costumes. And they're just so pissed off.
I bet you
That's
that's very
amazing.
nice.
So
Why wouldn't you?
exactly. I mean, come on, have a laugh at yourself. So, Helena, what's your most profound paranormal moment?
I don't know. That's helpful, isn't it? I don't know.
It's a hard question to answer when you've had a lot of them.
It is a hard question to answer.
Okay.
I don't know.
While you think, I'm gonna ask Daryl. Right, fucking useless. Right, let's ask Shay instead. Shay. And if it's the
most
Bigfoot thing, then,
profound.
no.
No, it's not. It's not the Bigfoot thing. The most profound paranormal experience I had, I think it was the first time I actually realized I saw a full body apparition, because I realized that I only seen half of a person, and it didn't hit me right away. And then it was like, oh,
In fairness,
like 20 minutes later.
I saw half a person once. But he was
Are you talking about a midget?
No, he was riding around on the skateboard. And you can't say midget. That's not PC. You have to say little person.
Vertically challenged. Sorry.
Yeah. But no, the half person had no legs, so they were riding around on a skateboard.
That's
That's
weird.
just literally like
Babe,
half
you
a
remember,
person.
right?
That was in
Sussex.
East Sussex.
Yeah.
The dude on the skateboard going down the hill, and I actually couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah, he was literally half a person.
And he was going down a hill? That seems incredibly dangerous.
I had no legs, and he was sitting on a skateboard pushing himself down a hill. Oh, I couldn't deal with it.
We shouldn't be laughing at this, but it's fun.
I just want to say, if there are any little people watching,
You are a terrible person, Alex.
No, I'm not.
I
do.
laughed as well. It was the lady got up.
I didn't laugh. I was
laser.
like gobsmacked. I was
You just
silent.
made a joke.
But of course he was going quick. He had half the weight to hold him down.
This actually happened. This
He was more
actually happened.
aerodynamic.
So Greg, what
Oh,
was,
it was one of the best things.
if anything, that was a very profound moment. So Greg, what's your most
He was
profound
having
moment?
fun.
Stop getting off track, Greg. Oh God, I need to whip you all. Greg, what's your most profound paranormal moment?
I mean, I've had a lot of them. Some of the places I've been have just been incredible when it comes to that. So, I mean, I've had a ton of things. But I would say, if we're saying from the start, I would kind of agree with Brendan on that one, because the first time that I saw a full apparition per se was it was just like a torso up, like a gray
So another half
figure
person.
that jumped from one side of a trail to another, and me and one of my buddies witnessed it at the same time.
So there appears to be a lot of ghosts running around with half of them missing. And Ashley, what's yours?
I would definitely have to say my second encounter at the Bonnie and Clyde Museum, because I've never felt anything that intense. The visions, or at least the emotions and things that you get channeled from certain energies and spirits, they've never been that vivid before.
You got weirdly close to at least Bonnie.
Both, yeah. Incredible. I think at some points, maybe too close to the point where when you miss a location so much, you would literally do anything just to get back there, because it's it calls you back. It's like a magnet.
Yeah.
But
because you
when
get
I
really, because I've noticed that you get quite emotional.
yeah, especially depending on who I'm interacting with. Broken Bow, that was fucked. I can't wait to go back there and face that motherfucker again. It's gonna be on like Donkey Kong when I go back there.
Yeah.
But in that red room, when I walked out, that was the first time I've ever walked out in the middle of an investigation, or at least walked away from the situation that I was in. We were even live, and I got up and darted out of that room because I got flashes of when they were getting gunned down. I felt holes in my body. I felt warm all over, but a burning sensation at the same time. I saw Clyde getting like, riddled with bullets, seeing him die in front of me, and you just feel all of those emotions at once. And you can see it and feel it at the same time. It was just, I was not expecting it. It was overwhelming.
I remember that. What's messed up about where they got killed is the fact that you can't hang around there for too long because of the colour of your skin.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's messed up.
I can't go out at night. I had to go back pretty early because, like I said, it's like Deliverance out there, and I'm not trying. I've seen that before. I know how that all goes down. I ain't squealing like a piggy for nobody. Like, fuck that shit. No, thank you.
But yeah, that's crazy. Because wasn't your dad in the armed forces?
Both of my grandparents were.
Yeah.
So I grew up in military families, yeah.
Yeah. Is that why you were in Guam?
My family's from Guam. My dad's side's from Guam. So
Okay.
that's why we were there.
Okay, cool. So there's an interesting story from World War II. It's related to the Philippines, not Guam, where they used their fear of where like the OSS, who eventually became the CIA, used the locals' fear of vampires to stop a communist uprising.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of an interesting story. I'm not going to talk about it now because I'll be talking for ages. But that's just it's cool. It's cool. Trust me.
I've got my answer.
Sorry. Oh, you got your
I've
answer.
thought of my answer. I have.
Okay.
I'm going to pick a random one from recently because it's easier. And that had to have been when we went to the US Air Base, and like from my past life, and the spirits there only knew me as my past life. They didn't know me as Helena. They only knew me as Belle.
Yeah. And you had that one person that didn't like you.
Oh yeah, but Fat Vera can go and jump. I didn't like her live then either, so I'm really not concerned.
Do you remember when we called that EVP of a spirit basically? Because we know it wasn't me talking, because I was silent. But a spirit actually had mimicked my own voice.
Yeah, perfectly. That was crazy.
And then called me a bastard.
That was funny. You're not a proper paranormal investigator unless you've been sworn at by a ghost. Let's be honest. At least
Truth bomb.
Or told to shut up.
I've been called.
I've been told to shut up before.
I've been told to fuck off. Oh,
I've been told to pull it out.
I bet you have. See,
Yeah,
if you did that, then Annie wouldn't be pregnant.
I was just about to say that. Stop stealing my joke.
I keep beating people to their punchlines.
Damn it. I was just about to say we wouldn't have Rory if he pulled out.
Sex. So the other thing I want to know, guys, because I think it's a question that's going to get up a lot of debate, and hopefully some people who are watching can give us their opinions on this. And it's nothing to do with climate change. What is in the paranormal industry? Okay, I know there's a lot of things that wind us all up. Okay, but out of everything in the industry, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Orbs. Fuck them. Nah, fuck them.
There's orbs. Okay, we've got orbs. Ashley?
The people who call everything demonic. And we know exactly who we're talking about. The groups that are like, oh, well, we just cleansed and got rid of 5 demons and closed the portal that we found. Motherfucker, first of all, shut up. No, you didn't. And the ones that think that everything's a negative portal. The people that make me have to go in when I do home investigations and completely rewire a person's psyche to understand what they're really dealing with because they've been told so many times, it's a demon and you have a portal in your house.
Dude, your
Shut
voice...
up. Shut up.
The people
Your voice
that you have to
when you
clean
do
up
that...
after.
the voice you just put on then really sounded like a guy.
Yeah, I know. We've gone through this. Remember, I have
I
Jerome
know,
too.
but I know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it is. I always forget, and then you do it again. I'm like, Jesus. Do some more. Do some more.
What? Me?
Do some more voice.
To do what? What do you want
I
me
don't
to say?
Talk about demons again.
Or you could be like Zach Bagan's like, come attack me. I'm such a douchebag.
If this is the portal of
Ugh.
hell, come outside and get me.
Right? Make sure you
Shit
scratch me.
yourself.
Make sure
He
that we
got
can.
attacked.
Aaron,
got
go into
attacked,
that room by
shit
yourself.
Let's be honest. If something actually jumped out of Zach, he'd shit his little pants.
Oh yeah, and I don't understand how they've been doing it for so long, and they still fucking run and scream like little girls. Like, dude, you went to Bavaglia and you got possessed. You went to Bobby Mackey's and got possessed. After being possessed that many fucking times, why are you still scared? Shut up. Drives me nuts.
Actually,
Ugh.
speaking of which, of a paranormal show that has been going on longer than Ghost Adventures, and I think longer than like the original Ghost Hunters, and that's Most Haunted. And obviously
That was the original ghost hunting show.
I mean, they started in what 2003, and it just something I've just thought I was thinking about the other day, and they've been going since then. Obviously, there was like a 3-year gap in the middle, but they haven't changed. They still run around screaming and overreacting to everything, despite the fact they've been doing it for like nearly 20 years.
But that's what's crazy to me is that people actually sit there and watch that shit. And again, though, it's people who aren't actual investigators, the people who like to spectate but wouldn't actually participate. And then when they turn into investigators from spectators, they go in about it completely fucking wrong. And they make the situations worse for themselves. Like the TV shows that they have, like Ghost Adventures and things like that, are very irresponsible because it's one teaching you how to interact at the like poorest level that you possibly could with these energies and spirits, and then you also have the preconception that everything's fucking evil. Not everything is evil. Not everything is demonic. And then you get those dumbass YouTubers who are like, oh, we're in an old building that nobody's been in for 20 years. Oh my god, there's a demon in here with us. Shut up. Please and thank you.
Is that people that watched like ghost hunting shows, like Most Haunted and all that, like, I'm putting this politely, they seem to think that, you know, the investigation, you see, 45 minutes, and they seem to think the whole night was active. Half the time we're sitting there talking to ourselves, and we're bored off our tits.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I like about Ghost Hunters. They don't hide away from the fact that they've done it
And
over
nothing
a couple of
happens.
nights.
Yeah.
And like, because you know, like, there's like they have like some investigators, and then they sort of have like the following day or whatever, where they're all sitting in their hotel rooms going through their evidence.
Well, it's also like when we do our live investigations, when we stream them from either Paranormal Warehouse or the American Ghost Hunter show, you have those douchebags that come into the comments as like, make something happen already, and I'm like, yo, if you want the fake shit, go watch TV, because that's not how this fucking works.
I had someone comment once on one of the live investigations I was doing, saying, oh, I'm going to watch Ghost Adventures because they're more professional.
Right.
I was like, oh,
Right.
fuck off. I mean,
You go
okay,
and
fair
do
enough.
that, then.
Nothing was happening, so I was entertaining myself by, I can't remember what we were doing, but we were just basically having a laugh because it was quiet. And they were just saying, you know, I just can't be professional 24/7. It's just, or you know, I can't be professional for an hour straight. It would just drive me insane. And that's one thing I have major respect for Daryl and the rest of them. It's like they have to stay so professional. Okay, they show stupid little things from behind the scenes on their social
I think
media.
we lost.
Hung up on Helena.
Yeah, we lost Helena.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Way to
She's
go.
gonna come in there and smack you over the head with a frying pan.
Never mind. But now, she'll reconnect, or she'll come downstairs, or she just won't do either. But the rest of you all there still, yeah?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, cool. But now, Ashley, you're really big.
Yeah. What's up? Now you get to see all the sweat.
Yeah, we had some people commenting during our sort of mini rants there. Yeah, I mean, Joe Vitale was saying that most people that watch paranormal shows don't actually investigate themselves. And let's see, blah blah. Tony said, "I fucking hate orbs and demons." So yeah, he's on the same thing there. I'm gonna just reconnect. Shay, what's one of your biggest things that you hate in the paranormal?
You know, for years there were just so many things. I would make lists of so many things, and now it's just to the point where, you know, everybody, you know, to take a diplomatic approach, everybody is like, you know, has their own way of doing things and their own way of investigating. And one of the things that I always say is, like, you know, people talk about these TV shows, but you have to remember it's TV. It's for entertainment purposes. You know, a lot of this stuff that's, I kind of like, I was on a show a couple years ago, and they took my story and they made me out to be this guy walking around with a cross like I was an exorcist. You know what I mean? And I know that didn't happen. Like, I'm pushing a demon back into the closet with a cross. You know what I mean? And you know, that didn't happen. But I just it's just to the point now where it's like I don't even really, nothing really bugs me anymore, because it's just, there's just so many things. It's just, I just kind of like take a back seat now and just, it is what it is, man. Everybody's got their own style and their own way, so to each his own.
One of my biggest things is pictures with like red circles on.
Oh, well, I've said that. If you have to put a red circle around it, then it probably should just throw it out.
Okay, so Ashley obviously needed to pee. And you're back.
Yeah, because you hung up on me, you did.
How can I hang up on you? When
You did.
I didn't hang up on anyone.
I just went to use the restroom. You can't keep a pregnant lady on a show for an hour and not give her a bathroom break.
Well, that's.
I'm soon enough, and I'll get.
I just want to clarify. I didn't delete anyone. You just disappeared. That had nothing to do with me.
You hung up on me.
I didn't.
Fucking did.
Daryl's in here. What's up?
Daryl, you missed us insulting you. You would have loved it.
Quit showing us your coffee cup. Why don't you get a new one?
Yeah, Daryl. I mean,
he's been really quiet tonight.
I know. I have to commend him on how still he's able to be. He should be one of those like robot things that you pay like in the streets and they start moving and stuff.
The Silverman.
Imagine Daryl all silver with a silver beard.
You ever seen the videos on YouTube where people walk up and mess with them, like touch their face or whatever, and they just clock them, like just knock them out?
Yeah.
I love those.
Have you guys seen Eurotrip?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The robot scene in Eurotrip.
Yeah.
When he's like, "Oh, my robot balls." What are we talking about?
I don't know. I don't think any of us ever know what we're talking about.
Did we finish pet peeves for everybody?
I think we finished that. Yeah, I think we finished that. I'm now going to do something which is new to the American Ghost Hunter show, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good, because it's not. It's really shit. And that is the Skull of Questions.
The Skull of Questions!
The questions aren't in there. No, I'm joking, they are. So I'm going to take out a question, a random question.
Oh, the Skull of Questions. I was like, what the heck did you just call that thing?
You guys can't, my fellow hosts can't see what I'm holding. It's like a skull with a hole in its head for like candy for Halloween. But instead it's got questions in it. So let's find out our first question. And I'm going to ask Greg this question. It's a good question. It's the best one. It's the best question. Okay, this has nothing to do with the paranormal. So don't. If you're here for like that shit, don't get your hopes up. So Greg, right, what 3 things would you purchase at a Walmart to make the checkout worker question what your motives are?
Probably like, yeah, wow. I don't know. That's a pretty tough one on the spot. I'd say like maybe like a pack of plastic silverware. Probably like a little bag of bouncy balls and like a spatula.
And what's your full pro?
First of all, that was actually really specific, and I feel like you might have actually
feel
bought those
I feel
items
like
before
there's
already.
something
Or
that you
something.
plan to do with these things. Is there actually a thought process behind it, or?
I don't know. I was just thinking of 3 things that sound like it'd be kind of messed up in that situation.
That sounded like Billy Madison. He was like, I need ice cubes, a pigeon wedge, and a buffalo, live or stuffed, preferably stuffed for safety purposes. Like, that's some sexual shit right there, Greg. That was weird.
I say I'd buy cucumbers, lubricant, and duct tape.
Tony just said duct tape, Vaseline, and earplugs.
Yes, Uncle Tony, yes.
Hey,
Oh, man.
So, okay, Ashley, considering what's been said, you have to say something different.
Garden shears, a bunch of like a child's doll, and one of those little and one of those little coolers, like the little mini foam coolers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shay?
I already got.
I'd probably purchase 4 items. Item number 1 would be adult diapers. Item number 2 would probably be Magnum condoms. Item number 3 would be some kind of KY jelly, and the 4th item would be flowers. And I would look at them, wink, and be like, "I'm gonna have a hell of a night."
Okay, mine would be a can of cat food. Cough medicine.
cough medicine.
Yep. And some spray paint.
Who?
Huh?
What the hell are you doing?
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna eat the cat food, take the cough medicine, and huff the paint.
And then spray paint a cat.
Joe Vitale said rope, KY, and a box of tampons.
See? We're filthy, all of us.
Daryl, what would you buy? Oh, a coffee cup. So, let's get another question out. This is probably going to be one of the bad ones. Okay. We're going to answer this question, and then we're going to let everybody know what we're up to and stuff, and then we're going to end the show. I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm literally just going to end it randomly, like fucking that TV show, Sopranos. Right. What would you do? I'm going to start with Brendan on this one. Shay, Brendan, whatever. What would you do with $1 million? Other than go back to Walmart and buy like.
If I had $1 million, what would I do? I would probably still work, but I'd probably get a job at Walmart as a greeter. I'd probably buy a cabin in the woods in the mountains somewhere. Yeah, that's what I'd do.
I would buy a house, a car, and then I'll go to Walmart and buy a load of cat food. Ashley, what would you get with $1 million?
I would
Some air conditioning.
Yeah, fuck yeah. First of all, I'd hire like a personal assistant just to carry
Just a fan you.
one of those. Yeah, hell yeah. No, I wouldn't spend it on that. I would pay for my family to have a house all next to each other, and then donate the rest of the money. Nobody needs that much money in this world.
Do you know
Get what you need, basic wise, and
Actually,
donate
that
it to people
is-
who need it.
Grade A bullshit.
I would hire someone ugly to walk alongside me so I look better in comparison. Just
Maybe get a haircut.
I was about to say, why wouldn't you just get plastic surgery with that much money?
because I'm not vain.
Vain enough to hire somebody to walk around with you?
Yeah, but he would also carry sweets and candy for me. Babe, Helena, what would you buy with $1 million?
A divorce.
Shut up.
Just kidding.
I answered for me.
Okay, fair enough. And Greg,
No,
what would
no,
you...
no. I'd buy a trailer park and move all my bitches in and live that trailer park boy lifestyle.
I
Why
need to be
wouldn't you?
J-Rock, though. Sorry,
Sorry?
but I need to be J-Rock. I drop those mad funky bars, yo.
As long as we've got a Ricky who grows amazing dog, we're good.
I'm down.
And
Let's go.
And Greg, what would you get with $1 million? And don't. It's going to be a car, isn't it?
Well, I've already had this talk plenty of times, and what I would do is I would buy probably like a $200,000 to $250,000 house, so nothing huge, and it would be like in the country somewhere, and I would buy. It would have to have like a long driveway. I'd probably buy like 35 or 40 Honda Civics and have them lining the driveway like they were bushes, and they would all be vinyl wrapped to look like bushes. Like, I don't know.
Do you know what you could do? Do you know what you could do? You could just buy bushes.
Better life.
Yeah, but how much funnier would that be to come down my driveway lined with bushes that are actually Honda Civics looking like bushes?
Why the Honda Civic? Why not like a better car?
Because that's one of my favorite cars.
What would you do if people started living in the bushes?
I'd have to keep my bushes locked.
What if your bushes started their alarm started going off? And all your bushes were going.
There wouldn't be any engines or nothing in them. They'd be sitting flat on the ground.
They wouldn't even be working. I am perturbed at your answer, sir. And again, that was like way too quick. Like you've thought about
but
what you're
I've had
gonna do.
conversations about this.
I just
I'd buy like one or two nice cars, and then I'd have a bunch of shitbox cars sitting in my driveway, and then I'd have it lined.
So
with
you look like a freaky hoarder.
Well, I assume Greg's answer was going to be, I want to live like Stephen Avery, just not in prison.
Surrounded by cars of trash.
It's sad that I made myself laugh. Okay, guys, we should wrap up the show because there's someone else on Paranormal Warehouse now. They're meant to be on. Well, they are on. They have a show. It's been scheduled, and we've gone over by 20 minutes because we've been talking a load of shit. So, guys, I mean, thank you all for tuning in. I apologise if we swear too much. Oh, I forgot. Daryl, what would you buy with $1 million?
Sorry.
Daryl, what would you buy with $1 million? A coffee cup. So, I want to thank you all for tuning in. So next week, I will be hosting the show with Ashley because we have someone from the
Warren Legacy Files. The Warren Legacy Foundation, really.
That's it. Yeah, the Warren Legacy Foundation. We've got Chris, the founder, coming on the show, and Ashley is part of the same foundation, so she'll be on as well. And then the week after that, we've got Jack Kenner on the show, and Helena.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, Helena will be hosting that with me because she loves him for some reason.
Jack's one of my bitches.
And then the very, very final show, which is on the 20th of October, and it's the final show before we take a winter break because, as you know, me and Helena are about to become parents. Ashley is about to, pop one out, and then Annie and Shay are about to become parents. So, and then obviously Daryl, doesn't start filming until January.
Darren's about to become a parent.
Yeah, he's giving birth to another beard.
Uh,
So, it's just easier that we just basically have a winter break and we'll be back in February. But on the last show on the 20th of October, Brandon from Ghost Hunters will be on. But we will be doing, between that show and February, we will have the odd special show. And I can already promise you that another cast member of Ghost Hunters, Rochelle, will be on one of our special shows. And I've already got some people in mind for the other 2 or 3 that we do as well. So guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you for putting up with us.
Also, I don't know if you remember, but I also am starting a show around the same time that ours is ending for the winter break too.
I was going to mention that, like, on our last show and talk about it and promote it and stuff. I didn't know where you were on that at the moment.
Oh no, it's good. It's rolling good. I'm starting to get some video stuff in and start getting some stuff made and whatever. So yeah, I mean I've dropped some little things and little hints about it, but I'm not going to tell anybody about it until after it's like right there.
Is it going to be like ghost hunting but with like 100 Honda Civics?
I wish. That might be in the making. I'd have to try to figure that out.
Oh, and Shay, obviously I know Annie's not here to talk for herself, but have you guys got anything coming up?
Yeah, we actually look for her on Travel Channel on October 1st, America's Most Terrifying Places. We will be this Saturday, if you're in the Point Pleasant area of West Virginia, we're doing a show with Hillbilly Horror Stories and Brohio Podcast, and we're looking forward to that. It's like, we're going to talk about some creepy stuff. Also, we have a podcast called Serial Spirits. Check it out. And if obviously, being on Paranormal Warehouse, Annie's got her live shows every Tuesday. So yeah, check all those out. And we will be at Lake Shawnee on October 19th doing a public ghost hunt. So you can message us for any details on that. So yeah,
I have quite an interesting Lake Shawnee. That looks like a really interesting place. Is it still running, or is it an abandoned amusement park?
No, it's abandoned. I mean, all the stuff's still there, but they do ghost tours and that kind of stuff.
I say amusement park. It's got like 3 things, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got a Ferris wheel. I've never been there
lake.
personally. I know there's definitely and there's a lake, but it's got a lot of ties to the Native Americans, so
okay.
It should be interesting.
And Ashley, have you got anyone interesting on the show coming up?
Oh, I have a lot of people coming up on Storming the Unknown for RU Media Network. I have Johnny Hauser, the owner of Velisca Murder House, Aaron G. Thompson, one of the founders of Ghost Crier and procurer for VidiSpace. I have, oh my gosh, Chris McKinnell will be on my show as well. I have a few of the MUFON directors coming on. I have the gentleman who actually runs Alien TV. It's a platform pretty much for anything UFO. And
oh, we lost Ashley.
See, MUFON shut it down, or like the Men in Black or someone shut it down just then.
And you kicked me off again, you asshole.
I didn't do shit. I am literally, I can't, I'm watching the feed. I'm not even on OBS or Skype.
Oh my gosh, let's see. Hold on. I have a few more people that I need to mention. I have Sherilyn Carter coming on, Heather Larson from Digital Drink Concepts. I have Paula Westbrook coming on the show. And then Christopher St. Booth, who is one of my favorite people in the paranormal field. He'll be on towards the end of November, right before I take my break as well.
For when you pop yours out.
Yeah. Hopefully cut it out, because this motherfucker's huge.
So yeah, guys. So that's what we're all doing. So find us all on social media, like the American Ghost Hunter Show page, Profoundly Paranormal, Serial Spirits.
Come on, get it right.
Shut up, Shay. Are you weebs? So yeah, find us all on social media. Also, this week on Friday, Living Paranormal Magazine issue 14 is coming out. Weebs has written an article for it. It's a very long article. I say that it's about. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's interesting to read, but I've got to edit it, so that's the huff. That's the huff there. But basically, she's decided who her top 10 serial killers are. So it is actually very interesting to read. So do watch that. Read that. Sorry. What else is there? We've got a review for It Too. We've got we reviewed the first 3 episodes of American Horror Story. I've done an article that's telling you the 6 horror films you have to see before the end of the year. And obviously, Sam
debunking Borley Rectory.
She's debunking Borley Rectory. If you're American and you don't know what Borley Rectory is, Google it. It's a location over here in the UK. It was meant to be one of the most haunted places in the UK. It's not there anymore. It's burnt down, but people still go there thinking it's there. It's ridiculous.
People go into a field.
Yeah, it's just a field now. And then Sam Baltrusis has written about the Stanley Hotel. And then we've got other people who've written about. We've got a Dibbert box, about an actual Dibbert box, spiritualism, mediumship, Latino monsters. I can't. there's all sorts of stuff in there, guys. So that is out on Friday. So don't forget to check that out on livingparanormalmagazine.com. But anyway, that is the end of the show. I hope you all had a great. I hope you all enjoyed